You know, this last week we've had some very tough things to look at. The massacre in Santa Barbara, for one. And you know, it's an interesting thing. This was a young man that was filled with hate and resentment because he didn't get what he thought he was entitled to. And that is not true. We are not entitled to anything but what we create with our mind. And we can choose to create positively or, as he did, negatively. It is our responsibility. And many people are suffering now because he did not take responsibility. There's everybody trying to lay blame here and there and the next where, although it seems that many people tried to be helpful. We don't always listen. We don't always heed that which comes to us. And this is very, very important because you know what? What comes to us can be just teeny tiny. A good word, a pat on the back, a hug. Every one of these things is a positive response. And we just go, it isn't a situation. It's important. Every word, every hug, every pat on the back is important. And we need to listen. Listen to what is implied. And you know, we have an inner voice that tells us what's right and what's wrong. That is spirit talking to us. And there's another place we need to listen, because we're inclined to ignore sometimes what spirit has to tell us. Oh, that doesn't mean me. I'm not good enough to do that. And you know what? If I was inclined to profanity, I would say something very profane right now.
We have imaginations.
They don't have to think long. But, you know, respect yourself. By golly, you're a very important part of this creation and this earth. And you're here with a divine purpose. So don't slough it off like, that's not for me. It is too, it's for you. You know something interesting about the barriers that we build about what is for us and what is not. You know, it's in Africa, Tanzania, there's a big lake. And the natives that live alongside this lake use a lot of fish in their diet. When they need fish, you know what they do? They get in their canoes and they go way out from shore, way out. And then they all raise their paddles. And you know when they raise their paddles, because the sun is overhead, it makes there appear a shadow in the water of the lake. And all of the fish see that shadow as a wall. So as they move forward in their canoes, moving their paddles, the fish go toward the shore. And eventually they wind up flip-flopping on the shore, and the people are grabbing them with nets, and they have their food for a long time.
Wow.
How many times do we allow a shadow? Because those fish, if they had had the courage, could have flown right through that shadow and been free. But they let the shadow stop them, and they died. So we have to watch for the shadows. And sometimes the shadows come in the form of other people. who say, you don't want to do that. That's not your thing. You know, why don't you do this easier way? No way. If you think you can do it, and you're choosing good stuff, not angry, resentful, I'm going to get even with that guy, but good stuff that is good for you and for all the people, you can't go wrong. There is no, you need to listen to Spirit. You know, universal mind is loaded up with ideas. I mean, they're out there 110%, floating around waiting for somebody to grab them and do something with them. Why do you think that Robert Fulton and James Watt were both working on how to use a steam engine to run a boat at the same time? Because they were picking the same thing out of universal mind. So don't pass up your ideas. That's Spirit talking to you, telling you, hey, this is out here, come and get it. And don't make it complicated by saying, well, if I do that, what if? Or, oh, will somebody get mad at me if I say that? Be strong. Be open-minded. Know that what is coming to you is from Spirit, and you need to use it in a very positive way. If your idea or desire, sometimes ideas come in the form of desires. Gee, I wish, you know? That is something that will enrich your life and the life of others. That's a good one. Snatch onto it. You may have lots of ideas. It's up to you to choose the one that you wish to pursue. That's your job. But think big. Don't think of little tiny. I know we have to take tiny steps to get there, but make your goal big. Big. I want this sanctuary filled with people every Sunday. Maybe it will take a lot of things to get there. Maybe I will I am going out to be handshaking with other metaphysical people. You go out and talk to traditional people. They're good folks. You invite your friends and family. But those are the small steps. But my big goal is still that this sanctuary will be filled every Sunday. And then watch for the small stuff. Watch as new people come in the front door. Oh, they haven't been here before. Hooray, hooray, welcome, welcome. And then just watch the other things, because God gives us little indications that we're on the right track. But we have to listen. We have to realize what they are. And again, and when you're doing this, and I'm doing it, dress the part. If you're going to be the spiritual leader of Unity of Fresno, you dress the part. You look like a leader, you walk like a leader, you talk like a leader. And so whatever you have in your life that you want to accomplish, if it's a business, put on a business suit and go out and do it. I know I have been in sales for years, and I know what it feels like, and I know how scary it can be to walk out into the face of something brand new and try to sell it. But folks, that's what we need to do. And I don't care what it is you're pursuing. That is the way that you have to begin. And remember, Spirit's with you because He's talking to you. So don't hold back. Be there. Be what you need to be. And don't let family, friends, and maybe even fellow congregants talk you out of it. They don't know what's inside you, and they haven't heard Spirit talking to you. So you do what you know that you can do. And then once you see things coming together, once I see more people coming into the congregation, you have to continue. You cannot say, whoo, I made it. You have to continue to be excited. You have to continue to look for new ideas and new inspiration. It never ends. There's always something more, something greater that can be done. You know, Roy Eugene Davis has the Center for Spiritual Awareness in Georgia. And he has been in metaphysical work for years and years and years. Matter of fact, he's a minister under Paramahansa Yogananda. But when he was beginning, he had all of his facts, he had everything lined up and stuff. But nobody was coming. He couldn't understand. And then one day, he met with one of his old friends. And they were talking about his dilemma. And the old friend said, Roy, I know you got all the information, and you know what you're talking about, but you don't have the feeling. Feeling is very important. You have to have this constant feeling of newness and wonderful stuff. And so, and another thing to remember, success is not always about money. Money is nice, and money generally comes. But you could be a successful leader of an extended family. I know some folks like that. They're amazing. You could create a non-profit organization that helps people who are ill or who have other needs. That could be you. You could do that. So don't ever sell yourself short. Don't ever decide that you are not the one. Because if it comes to you, it's for you.
That's right.
So, you know, we also recently in this last week had a very important person make her transition. Maya Angelou had passed away at 86. Now here is a woman that epitomizes what I'm trying to tell you. She was born in the South, mistreated as a child, and did everything under the sun to make enough money to keep going, including prostitution. And yet at age 40, this woman began writing poetry and was author of several books, the confidant of several presidents. And so here is the picture, folks. Take a look at it. You could be a Maya Angelou. You really can. And you know, as she was asked what she would like on her gravestone, and she said, what I really like said about me is that I dared to love. And she went on to explain, by love, I mean that condition in the human spirit so profound, it encourages us to develop courage and build bridges, and then trust those bridges and cross those bridges in attempts to reach other human beings. Maya Angelou. And that's where we are. That's what we're all about. So this morning, I have told you to listen to Spirit and hang in there until it's done, and then hang in some more. I've told you to keep it simple and put your feelings in it. But I didn't say it would be easy. Good luck, all of you. Have a great day.